some love and wanna feel lost. Oh, you know I got plenty.
Hey beauties, I'm so glad that you guys decided to come and see me. Welcome to the series Awaken Beauty. This is the first one that's dropping, and today we are going to talk about God, who am I? And I want to know, have you just been tired of the same old routine or the same old process? Have you felt like there is more to life? Like it's something else that you're supposed to be doing? Have you ever took the time to say, God, who am I? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? My first encounter of God, what is this? is when I was working in corporate America. I was a mortgage loan processor, and every day was the same thing. It was the same process over and over again. And I hated it. Like, I literally hated it. I think it was one time I took off for probably about like 2 weeks. And they said, okay, now you don't come back. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go back because I gotta pay my bills. And it was just, I was like, no, it's no way I'm supposed to do this every day for the rest of my life. And I was like, how in the world did my mom and them like work for 30 years and retire? Like, who does this? Like, every day I'm supposed to come in here and get on the phone and like just sit here and then be bored and then go home and then come back and do it the next day. And then I only got 2 days off. And then like, so then after that, I just work every day for 30 years and die. Oh no, absolutely not. This is not my life and it will not be my life. So I need to understand what's next and what's coming, because this is not it. I'm not staying in this. And I know it's so many of y'all that feel the same way. You got to. It's no way. It's no way you can be comfortable. And don't get me wrong, there might be some people that are destined to do those things. And I understand that. But for those that feel it in the bottom of the pit of their stomach that this not it and they want so much more, I am here for you, because that's me. I don't know what it is, but God put this spirit of a rebel in me. So I've never ever liked, and don't get me wrong, I don't mind taking criticism, corrective criticism, whatever. I don't mind that. That does not bother me. It is more of the freedom part, I would say. I don't want nobody telling me when I gotta come to work and when I don't gotta come to work. And then like, if I don't feel like coming in, I gotta call you and let you know. Or if I want to go out of town, or if I want to be with my family, I gotta call and let y'all know. It just didn't make sense to me. Cause I was like, this ain't the way life go. You know, this is just what I feel like they have created for us. You know, these are the parameters of what they expect of us. But me, what God put in me was to go outside of those parameters, because it's something out there. So I know it's people that feel the same way. So I was like, absolutely not, God. I'm in there like on the computer. How do I get rich? How do I not have to come back here? Because it's not it. And it's not gonna be it, because it's something else for me. I knew it was. I didn't know what. Nobody in my family had ever done it before, but I knew that it was something bigger. Like, it had to be, life had to be bigger than that. It had to be more purpose in it, more fulfilling. Going to the same job, doing the same thing every day is not fulfilling for me, you know? And I know it's a lot of other people that probably feel the same way. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with having a job, but if you feel it in your spirit to do more, do more. It's there for you. Do more. And it's okay. And it might not be easy, but it's going to be fulfilling. Do more. That's all I'm saying. So from the beginning, that was the first question. That's what started the whole process, was, God, who am I? Like, what is it that you want me to do? Why am I here? Because it's no way that I'm gonna get purpose out of sitting here in this desk and doing the same thing over and over again. And so the first thing that I learned was that you had to become your authentic self. And when I say your authentic self, I mean you have to be the real genuine you, and a lot of times you're not even going to know who that is yet, because you have been programmed from 0 to 7. You are programmed with all of the learned behaviors, all of the cycles, all of the traumas of the people who raised you and the people you go to school with and socialize with. All of those people have influence on who you are. And so a lot of times we don't even know who we are. We don't even know who our authentic self is. But when you ask that question of who you are, you will quickly learn that your identity is in Christ. And so that part of becoming is going to be a spiritual part. It's going to be spiritual because Christ is within us. And so in order for us to learn who we are, we have to go to Christ, right? So when you ask, Matthew 7:7, ask and it shall be given, seek and ye shall find, knock and it shall be open unto you. When I tell you that scripture is real, it is so real. When you ask that question, be prepared for the door to be opened, the question to be answered. You are going to go through a process, so get ready. It is no different than when God went through his wilderness in order to get to where he had to go. You are going to go to the wilderness. Please believe that. Please understand it. And you have to trust the process. Now, if you want to be comfortable and if you want to stay in the same position you're in, then you don't even have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about pushing through or, going through a wilderness. Because if you decide, because we all have a choice, if you decide to stay where you are and to continue to be who you are, then you don't have to worry about the process. But if you know you got purpose in your life and you know you want to reach purpose, you are going to go through the process. The process is not going to be fun. The process is not going to be easy. But the process is necessary so that you can adapt to the tools that you will need for your destination. You're going to need it. So you have to be ready to go through the process. And not to say that it's going to be, super scary, but it's going to be parts that you don't like. It's going to be situations that you don't like. My first situation was when my ex-boyfriend, he went to prison for 15 years. And that incident in its own was completely heartbreaking for me. It was like, now you have to remember, now my mind was not in a space where I could understand what I was going through at the moment. I had asked the question, God, who am I? And then my life started to fall apart. And so that's why I said the part about be prepared for the process, for the journey, because I felt, now keyword is felt, I felt like my life was falling apart. So the first thing was my ex-boyfriend going into prison for 12 years. And that was like, he didn't die, but it felt like death. Because this was a person that was like my best friend. And he treated me so good. He loved me so good. And I was like, God, why would you take away a good thing? See, we understand when God takes away things that don't suit us. And we can never see the total picture of everything. But when we feel what we can see with our eyes, what we perceive is good, God understands that it is something else further ahead because he can see further ahead. But with us in that moment, we can only perceive in that moment. And so what we perceive is, God, why would you take away something good? Like, why would you do that? Why would you take away something that was good? I couldn't wrap my mind around it in the moment. And so it broke me. It broke a piece of me. It didn't break me completely, but it broke me a lot. It brought me down. And so the next level was me losing my kidney transplant. So I have a whole list of, stuff that I went through with my kidneys and all of that. But in this moment, I have lost my kidney transplant. I was only 25, and I knew it was going to be a long journey, and I was ready to give up in that moment because I didn't want to go through that part. I told God, I said, I can't even do this. I remember being in the shower and just crying, bawling, and saying, God, if you make me go through this, I'm not doing it. I can't do it. I don't know how to do that. And here I am still. I still did it. I still did it. Because it was him within me that gave me the strength to push through in those moments. And dialysis itself is so detrimental because it does something to the mind. How you feel about yourself. It takes a toll on your confidence. It's hard, and it doesn't. To some people, it may not look hard, but it is hard. And see, I look like I'm not on dialysis, but that is only by the grace and mercy of God. If you were to go into the dialysis center and see patients, a lot of them are not well, and they have a lot of things going on with them besides just the kidney stuff, but it has triggered from that to that other stuff. So what I say this to say, when you are going through your process, but you are in this process in order to get to a destination, God is with you. He will cover you in those moments. And the things that look like they are going to take other people out, it will not take you out. You will not die in it. It is there to mold you. It is there to grow you. It is there to teach you. So yes, you may be in it, but you are not going to die in it. You are not going to fail in it because God is with you in it. So when you go through your process and you go through your different parts of your journeys, you have to know and you have to remember that God is with me and I will not fail. This is teaching me something and I'm going to need this. I don't know what I need it for. I don't know where I'm going. I just know I need this, so I need to figure out what I need to learn in this situation. Being sick gave me strength, another level of strength. It helped me to see who I was outside of what I had been taught from my friends and everything else. Another process was when I moved to my own apartment and I was there alone. Like, I never went anywhere. I did not go out. I was literally isolated for about 5 years. And I did not do anything but grow my relationship with God. I rededicated my life back to God. I got back into my Bible more, and I just literally built my relationship genuinely and pure. A lot of times, I feel like people in church and things like that, I don't want to sound like judgmental or anything, but I think they forget that part. It's more than just coming to church every Sunday and then jumping up and down. Like, it's a real relationship that you can build with God, where y'all can talk. Where he'll send you signs where you know he talking to you. And had I never been through what I went through, I would have never knew that he be talking to you like that. Because sometimes I laugh. I ask a question and I'll get the answer and I'll laugh. Because it's like, oh my God, like you really just answer me like that? And it's so funny because it's just you and him. You understand. And he know what you understand. But you got to get to that point where you build that. And it helps you to get that strength that you need to get through the things that you're going to go through. When you got purpose on your life, when you know it's something that you're supposed to do, you have to be prepared for the journey. It's going to be a process. You cannot get to the destination without going through the journey. The only way to it is through it. If you don't say nothing else I say, just remember I said that. The only way to it is through it. So don't be afraid to ask God, who am I? Because you are gonna, once you get to the process, you are gonna learn so much about yourself. The becoming is a beautiful journey. It's not an easy journey, but it's a beautiful journey. I don't even look like what I did 5 years ago. And that's the honest truth. I will put up a picture so you can see. Like, I literally look different. My skin is different. I gained weight. My skin tone is different. My hair is completely different. I don't even wear weave no more. I don't wear weave anymore because I can be who I am and not feel like I need to conform to anything. Oh, this is me, boo. Locks and all. Love me. Nappy roots. Like, this is me. I don't conform anymore. I don't need to feel validated anymore. I'm still becoming. And I don't want anybody to think that she don't, no, I am still learning me. I am still growing. I am still transforming my mind. I am still unlearning bad behaviors, cycles, things that I was taught. I am still doing it. I'm still in the process of doing it. I have not become. I am becoming. And that's why I say the journey is beautiful. It's beautiful. I feel so much freedom in it. And so I just want this to inspire you, because another thing is, remember I said I was working at the retail. So when I was working at retail, the pandemic hit and we ended up getting furloughed, laid off. So unemployment literally changed the trajectory of where I was going. Because after that, I was able to go to esthetician school and become an esthetician. And what's so crazy is the whole time I was in retail, right? I got a degree. I could have worked anywhere crazy, but also with my kidney stuff and all of that, it was a lot, okay? So when I was working in retail, every morning, and all my coworkers could say, I would always be listen to the word. They'd be like, oh, there she go. Before we open up, because I worked on the register, I would be listening to the word, because every day I went to work expecting something. I expected God to show up for me. I didn't know how he was gonna do it. And I was like, but I knew that was just a transition. And then it was also a test to see, are you gonna follow through with this? Are you gonna be consistent with this? Are you gonna be able to do this even though, yes, you got a degree and you can make more money than this and you're only making $10 an hour? Are you gonna be able to follow through with this? And I stayed there. I stayed and I didn't know what to expect. I just knew that more was coming. I knew it. I could feel it. I knew more was coming. I didn't know how it was going to come, but I was like, it's going to come and the change going to come. I know this is not what I'm going to do, but this is a part of the process and I'm here for it. So I had got my mind to that point. My mind had been transformed. So my perspectives on everything was completely different. As I'm becoming, my mind is changing. My perspectives is changing. And so from that point, I went to esthetician school. I finished. I had a 2-bedroom apartment and I just took my 2nd bedroom and turned it into a spa room. And then my church was like, we just started an entrepreneurship program and we got some suites available. So I hopped on that. And so I have been in my suite for 2 years now. And I have enough space to have an office space and then enough space to do my spa, my clients, and the other side. God orchestrated all of those things. Everything just fell in line. I didn't have to do nothing for that. It literally fell. It was a part of the journey. And even though I'm not where I want to be, I am becoming. I am becoming. That's exciting. I expect for things to be better. I expect for things to change. I expect for my business to blow up. I expect for great things. But see, that all comes with growing your mind and becoming who you are and being your authentic self. 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago, you could have never got me to get in front of the camera. I didn't have the confidence. You could have never got me there. I literally had this idea years ago, but I couldn't get in front of the camera because I just didn't feel good about myself. And I say all of this to encourage you because I know it's people like me. I know it's a tribe that I'm supposed to talk to. I know it is. It's okay. All you have to do is start to learn who you are. Learn who you are and continue to seek Christ, and He will reveal to you who you are and what you need to do. And He will give you the confidence. He will give you the people you need. He will give you the money you need. Everything will come to you. You don't even have to go get it. It will come to you. All you have to do is become your best authentic self. That's all I'm saying. You don't even have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. You just gotta come ready and available. So if you are ready to change, if you are ready to become more, if you are ready to be your best self, baby, the first step is asking God, who am I? Because in order to get where you have to go, you have to know who you are. Because there are going to be things and there are going to be people that definitely try to knock you off your seat. Okay? So you have to know who you are. God is going to equip you. He is going to give you the tools that you need. All you need to do is pay attention and be ready and be available and be prepared. And trust that even the things that feel bad, because a lot of times it's just you feeling bad, even the things that feel bad are still working for your good. Everything, if you don't remember anything, remember the only way through it, only way to it is through it. And the things that feel bad are always working for your good. So, if you are ready to become your best self, do what I tell you and ask God, who am I? Be ready, be prepared, but know that the journey is going to be worth it. The journey is going to be worth it. All right, until next time.